maybe some European companies that are further along, but at the other end, there are the Asian companies that are further behind. So you still have that normal distribution. And until the vast middle ground moves, you don't have mainstream. So it's a lot of work to do. When you put that business case out there, it's irrefutable. It's a better way. But, you know, change is tough. The bigger the organization, the harder it is to change. Interface is sort of lucky in that sort of mid-range of a $1 billion company, not 100 billion, but $1 billion. That's pretty good size. And we're in an industry that's heavily influenced by architects and interior designers who are basically people who want to do the right thing. So in a way, we're in this unique place, in a unique industry, with a company big enough to make a splash, to be recognized, you know, but not so big as to make it impossible to make the changes that need to be made. So we're on this path towards sustainability, and we have a plan. And the plan was articulated in mid-course correction in 1998 when it was published. The plan is still the plan. And as you read, if you do read Confessions here, you'll find that there's a 7-point plan, and there's a chapter devoted to each of the 7 points, each of the 7 faces of Mount Sustainability. And toward the end of the book, I talk a little bit about the 8th face. The 8th face is there to know, we know it's there, it's to keep us humble, you know, that we don't get self-satisfied with just the progress we're making on the 7 faces. Another question. Yes?
You touched a minute ago on the issue around suppliers and how you're dependent on them for a lot of your sustainability progress. So I've got a company that likes to think of itself as an early mover, but we're small and we have to influence our suppliers to be fast followers. Would you have any advice for companies that are trying to influence their suppliers to be more sustainable, especially small companies that may not have all that much leverage?
Well, I can get self-serving here real quickly and say you should have them retain interface, raise our consulting arm. We'll help them. But that's maybe not in the cards. We held a Green the Supply Chain meeting. We brought 150 suppliers together really early, 1994. And we said, look, here's where we're going. And you have a choice. You can come with us or not. It's up to you. But those who come with us will get the business. Those who don't, won't. And we were pretty surprised at the response to that kind of challenge. I'm told that the people left that room and went straight to the telephones. That's in the day when we still had public telephones. And they were lined up in the public telephones calling her headquarters and saying, hey, they're serious. That felt good too. Yeah. So I think you can do that. I think you can challenge people. Here's where we're going. Those who come with us will win the business. Those who don't won't. Yes?
This is a bit more of a technical question that's been asked to allow. At Office Depot speak to a lot of product certifiers, and one of the complex questions that comes up is life cycle analysis versus specific human attributes. And one of the certifiers has said to me that recycled carpet, from a total environmental impact standpoint, is not good because of the loop. Take back all the recycled carpet to separate it out and to remake is negative environmentally. But I know it's a solid part of Interface's plank and Shaw's plank and Pandas' plank, recycled carpet. What do you say to life cycle analysis people who say the green product, recycled carpet, is not?
Well, we use the life cycle assessment religiously. 13, 14 years ago, we went to Georgia Tech. We said, we want you to find for us the most rigorous life cycle assessment in the world. And you evaluate and you tell us what's the toughest out there. And they came back to us with the German system, GABI, G-A-B-I, and it was GABI 2 at the time. Today it's GABI 4. And so we adopted GABI 2 early on. and we began to apply it in the material choices and that sort of thing. Today, we've got a battery of life cycle assessments, every product we make, and the competitive products as well. And I will tell you that the lowest footprint product in the industry is the interface product that is produced with recycled nylon and with recycled PVC backing. You may be surprised to hear PVC is a good thing. Recycled PVC is the best thing there is. You think about all the PVC that exists in the world today, and we put a lot of it out there ourselves back before we knew better. A lot of it is out there. What are you going to do with it? You're going to bury it or burn it or reuse it. And when you have that three-way choice, it's very clear that the thing to do is to reuse it. Keep it going in the loop, in the technical loop. And we've committed the technology to do that, and we're producing the product today with the lowest footprint of any carpet tile in the world made out of those recycled components. So the people who say that basically are talking through the hat. I would say either they don't know what they're talking about or it's pure competitive BS. You know, you take your choice. Yes. Oh, hey, come out from behind the bush.
Quick question. You said you're 60% of the way there to meeting your 2020 targets. What do you feel is the most challenging area of meeting that?
The getting there the rest of the way, the most challenging aspect of getting there. Yeah, well, it's keeping focused on the prize. Eyes on the prize, keeping people focused. The business advantage of doing this is so crystal clear now that I would say it's in our DNA. If I go under a bus tomorrow, you know, this effort will continue at Interface to climb that mountain clear to the top. But keeping the people focused is always a challenge because new people come and people go, and so you want everybody to be on the same page. And there are probably a few technical refinements in the technology that still have to be made to get us all the way there. But we can basically see our way to the top. And now it's a matter of execution. But it doesn't all happen in a day. There's some investments required, and there's a lot of R&D required to get those refinements just right. And the world keeps changing. You know, there may be a new material tomorrow that we have to evaluate. And so you have to be wide open to those possibilities as well. But I don't think there's anything but time and execution that stands in our way. Yes?
You talked about biomimicry. Are you looking into any kind of like bio-based plastics or any model direction?
Yeah, we're using Cargill's stuff. What do they call it? I can't say it. What do they call it? PLA, polylactic acid. Yeah. We're using a little bit of it. We're blending it with nylon, which is not really a good solution because the stuff is not tough enough to stand up under heavy foot traffic. So but it can substitute for nylon to a small extent, about 16%, somewhere in that range. So we're working with DuPont. DuPont, when they sold their fiber business, they kept the bio-based fiber piece of that business. So we're continuing to stay in touch with them on that.
I mean, from a cradle-to-cradle standpoint, you can separate those two streams and have your bio stream and your technical stream.
Well, with the blends, you can't do it. And that's why it's not. It's like a mule, you know. It's just. Yeah. So it's not a very effective. It's not a very effective solution until Cargill themselves toughen their fiber up, which we think they can. A matter of priorities. So much of their products going into packaging now, where the demands are not nearly as severe. So if we could get them focused again, we could get there.